So, how do you develop the trait of accountability? Well, again, we model. Notice sports teams and championship teams. What do they almost always use as feedback? Videotape, right? They videotape everything. Then what do? They watch it and they what? They discuss it, debrief it. What are they looking for? What worked, what didn't work. They're looking for what? They're looking for, if they won the game, they're looking for what did we do that worked for us. If they lost the game for the most part, they're looking for what did we do that didn't work, yes? But in any way, shape, or form, why are they watching themselves? Are they watching themselves or are they watching the other team? Themselves, why? If they were good victims, they'd just be, oh, look, we did our best, but they were so good, we should. No, they're taking responsibility. They are accountable. They hold themselves accountable for winning or losing, yes or yes? They don't say it depends on the other team, right? Raise your hand if you ever played hockey or football, any sports whatsoever. What is, if you win or lose, does that depend on your team or their team? Even if they're the best team in the whole league, does it depend on your team or their team? Your team is how you play today, yes or no? Not about them. They see how they created their result, either positive or negative. Same with us. Very important for us to consistently review ourselves as an observer. You constantly ask yourself the following question. How am I creating this? Or how did I create this? Let me hear you. How am I creating this? Or how did I create this? Constantly, after every single thing you do, you're having a good day, a medium day, a fair day. How did I create this? What did I do? You had a successful situation. How did I create it? An unsuccessful situation. How did I what? Create it. This question will change your life. Ask yourself, how am I creating this low income? How am I creating this incredible success? How am I creating this mediocre relationship? How am I creating this person constantly talking down to me? Just so you know, there's a rule that says this. Want to hear it? Yes or no? Yes. You teach people how to treat you. Say it with an I. I teach people how to treat me. Does that make any sense to you? Yes or no? Yes. Isn't that true? Yes. Isn't it true that certain people treat you different ways? Yes? Yes? In your life, especially that know you well. And isn't it true, be honest, that you treat different people different ways? Yes. Depending on what the role they play for themselves. Certain people you treat with honor and respect, and certain people you would like to, but you just don't. True or true? Yes. It's like you say things to this person that you would never say to that person. Is that correct? Yes. So how are you creating them treating you this way? What are you doing? How am I creating this anger? How am I creating this fear? How am I creating this stress in this situation? How am I creating this lack of time? How am I creating constantly being late? Raise your hand if in your life you're one of these people that's pretty often you're late. That's okay. Most people are like that. So now you're going to ask yourself the question. What are you going to ask yourself? Tell me, how do you create it? Give me one example of how you create being late. Sleep in. What else? Overcommit. What else? Procrastinate. What else? Take the long way. Yeah. Yes. Do something else just before. Lack of planning. For a lot of people, they would like to be on time, but it's a habit now. It's a habit. What's the habit? Is the habit not being on time? No. The habit is what you do to not being on time. You understand? That's the habit. It's not being on time is a result. It's a what? Result. What do you do to not be on time? That's the problem. If you don't look at it, you'll always be late. But if you look at it and say, how am I creating this? You wanted to know one of the main things that people do to be late. Want to hear it? They're busy people. Raise your hand if you're a busy person. Yeah. And they're high achievers too, yes? And the reason that they're late is because, like she said, it's always one more thing that I might be able to just fit in. Because, God forbid that I have like 6 extra seconds. That would be a waste of time, wouldn't it? So it's like, okay, I've got to be there at 9 o'clock. It's 8:45. It takes 13 minutes to get there. I might be able to pick up my shopping right now. I got 2 extra minutes. I should be able to do that. If there's no lineup, I'll try, okay? True. Yes. That's how the mind works.
What a waste if you had to sit there for 5 minutes.
Exactly. All right. So, by the way, if you are checking this out, if you are not the only person involved in the situation, the question is this: what is my part? Say it.
What is my part?
In creating this reality. See, because in a relationship, what's the victim go right to? Well, it's their fault. The creator. How come I'm living in have a mediocre relationship? Well, it's because of them. Yes or no? That's not an empowering question, is it? What's an empowering question? What is my? I can't hear you at all.
What is my part?
In creating this reality. Okay? So, stand up for the declaration. I am a warrior. I ask, how am I creating this? Go. Again.
I am a warrior. I ask how am I creating this?
Again.
I am a warrior. I ask how am I creating this?
Ready? High five and say you are a warrior.